On Fox 4 News, Hurricane Irma losing a little strength, but it is still a monster Category 4 storm as it's barreling closer to southwest Florida, where a number of communities are now under hurricane warnings and mandatory evacuation orders are now in effect for several parts of southwest Florida. We have more on that in just a few minutes, but first, good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Amy Wegman.
I'm Patrick Nolan, along with Storm Shield 4 meteorologist Tony Sidiku. We are live on the air with you for at least the next 7.5 hours. There's not a question. We're not going to try to answer for you, but the biggest one right now, of course, Tony, is what is happening with Irma's projected path.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been paying very close attention to the projected path here over the past several days, and you've seen the models waffle back and forth, but I think they're honing in on a more westward track, and that's going to mean greater impacts here for us in southwest Florida.
Are we taping?
Yes.
Good. Okay, here we go again. Today is Friday, September 8th, and it's 9 p.m. Yes, June and I are here at our home on Sanibel. The island is under mandatory evacuation, and we guess that 90% of the people have left. The obvious question is this: are we going to leave or are we going to stay? The answer to that is that we don't know. We'll be making a decision tomorrow evening when the storm will have touched the Keys and its direction is better known. Now, before I go, I want to read to you a text I just got. And it goes, Jack, I'm still knee-deep in water here in Texas. Need a favor. Please document Irma for me. Your pal, Jim Cantori. I'm impressed. Well, that's it for now. Enjoy the video. Are we done? Are we on?
Yes.
Good. It's Saturday, September 9th, 10 a.m. Little has changed from last night. June and I are still at home. Irma is traveling along the north coast of Cuba as a Category 4 storm. It's similar to Charlie, except it should make landfall south of Naples and go directly north from there. The eye of the hurricane is expected to arrive in our area Sunday morning. If we leave Sanibel, you'll be the first to know. In the meantime, I'm hoping to check in with a couple of friends who plan to stay. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? I know we got softball in November, but this is crazy. I got to talk to these guys. So, what truly are your plans for today? The hurricane, let me just say this, the hurricane is supposed to start, as far as the eye goes, sometime tomorrow morning. Of course, we're going to get a whole lot more than that before tomorrow morning. With that in mind, what are your plans?
Well, actually, I was going to give you a call and find out what you were going to do. And off camera, we were just discussing that. And I'm a little, up in the air. So what are you going to end up doing? Are you going to?
Don't know. You know what? I think by 3 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, I'm going to have to make a decision, one way or another. And if it's to stay, it's to stay. Go, it'll be to get the hell out. I mean, we've been semi-packing since last night, just as a matter of being ready.
So this has been going more to the west. The farther out, I mean, is that going to be more trouble? What about the surge?
Storm surge was. So they're saying the further out, the more likely we are to get some sort of storm surge.
That's my concern right
And
there.
that's right.
Yeah.
If it were like 50 miles out, we would be super lucky.
Okay.
That would probably be enough to greatly reduce the storm surge.
Got it. So the storm's still going to the west right now, so we'll keep our fingers
I know.
crossed.
See, that's the same idea I have. Once it hits the Keys, I think that's a better
better idea. Yeah.
So, John, you're just going to throw the ball and be. You're not working today?
No. They're closed today.
Okay, good. I think that's a good idea. He works at South Seas, if you didn't know, and they got wiped out during Hurricane Charlie. So this is a good idea. So you came all the way down from New York to put up shutters, Dave.
Yeah, Chase Lake, New York.
I think that's very noble of you.
Yeah.
Where, New York?
Chase Lake.
Chase Lake, New York. Okay, upstate.
Up by Watertown. Yeah,
up by Watertown, way up there.
Mm-hmm. Originally from Clinton, New York.
Okay.
Which is around Utica, New York.
And I know that's not where the prison was. I know Clinton was named. It's not the same town, though.
No.
So you
But-
guys are not the guys they're looking for and all that stuff.
No, that was farther north. So,
Okay.
well, yeah, it could be that too. Yeah.
It could be looking
It
for
could
you.
be looking
Is that what you're answering to? I'm not sure what you're answering to.
Yeah.
Anyway, all I'm going to say is that we should stay in touch the rest of the day, and just keep in mind we got softball in like 6 weeks, believe it or not.
Now they're not going to have a Monday night Hurricane League. I'll
We,
take that.
we
as a
could,
compliment.
we could form something. We
What
have
was it?
time.
Maybe at least right field.
Right field, that's right. It
Definitely
doesn't
right,
it doesn't
definitely
get messed up as nearly as bad.
Okay. Now, will you be interviewing more people?
No, I don't think
So
there.
this is the last one.
I don't think there are more people.
I did see a car drive by. a few minutes
You
ago.
know what? I talked to a guy on the road coming over here, and I didn't video it for his own privacy, I guess you
Okay,
might
yeah,
say.
privacy
Actually, I thought he was a cop, and I hid the camera.
Did you duck down as well?
I didn't duck down. No, but I see him stop as we passed each other. I see him stop. I says, if this is a cop, it makes no sense to me going forward because he's just going to turn around and he's going to be
you
a
forward.
little peeved, you know? So I backed up and he says, oh, I thought you were Marvin. I says, no, I'm not. And so we talked and he's going to stay.
Okay.
Him and his wife.
Was his name Craig?
He didn't,
Did they have a pickup truck?
he had a SUV.
Okay. Yeah, there's
Okay.
a guy here, Craig.
If I see Craig with the pickup truck, I
yeah,
will.
he's staying.
Okay, he's staying.
He's in Gumbo.
Okay. Gumbo is about all of less than a half a mile from here, by the way.
Yeah.
So, continue to play. I guess it's like fiddle while Rome is burning. Can that be an analogy?
We got one more to put on. We were just taking a break here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, you don't want to finish up and have nothing to do for the rest of the afternoon.
No, I know. Your arm's starting to get a little sore too, so I want to.
Okay. Yeah. You never did have a good arm, so be careful with that
It's a year
thing.
older. Yeah.
All right. Until we'll speak.
Until we speak again.
Okay.
And cut.
Okay, Tony and Nick have just come back from Gulf Pines to what? Shut off somebody's electricity?
Pulling out, plugging some stuff in the garage.
Okay, good. Nice people. Plans are still to stay, just as ours are. We'll let each other know if anything happens, right, from here? Okay, and that's it. And see, he's got his Jeep blocked in front of the big picture windows they have, which they haven't boarded up, as almost everybody on the island hasn't boarded up.
Wish I could get the Jeep up there. Okay.
Yeah, you wish you could get it inside there right up against.
We
But
just drove
yeah,
around Ibis, and there's at least 5 or 6 houses up there with garages open, people still doing stuff.
really.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So we'll talk.
Do another movie, right?
Oh yeah, but I'm going to do another movie, yes, and you're in it right now.
Hey, finally.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay, good.
Bye. Okay, 11 o'clock, just a quick update. I went down to see Dave and John, who were taking care of their house. Came back, saw Nick and Tony, who finished taking care of their house, I think, and went on to help somebody a little earlier. Everybody is determined to stay, but that remains to be seen. Same with us. As far as Jim Cantori, I've never met Jim Cantori, so I just made that up. I'm on my own. Okay, back one more time. It's 12:45. It's getting windier, about 25 mile an hour winds here, regular. And I've been speaking to Tony next door and Dave, who we met with earlier, and we're all getting a little more nervous because that storm center seems to be moving a little bit more west. And although that sounds good, like it might get out into the Gulf, that storm surge possibility just increases. And we just don't know what to expect. So it seems that everybody's leaning toward getting out. And if they do, or if we do, it'll be later this afternoon. Okay, it's nearly 3 o'clock and we give up. Hurricane Irma has won. The wind is only at about 30 miles an hour here, but it keeps on getting a little bit stronger every hour. Most of the people we know are leaving, and that is because of the potential for an 8-foot storm surge. We'll be doing some videoing on the way out of Sanibel and in Fort Myers.
Here comes the car coming on. No problem. You can get back.
No restrictions right now.
Nope. And
Home sweet home.
big cement building will be safe up there on the 6th floor. Looks like a few other people have stayed too. That's good. That's comforting.
It is 9:30 Sunday morning, and I'm looking toward downtown Fort Myers, and then I'm just going to glance around a little bit, and that's looking south. In any event, we're about 6 to 7 hours away from the eye of the storm. The eye of the storm is expected to pass Sanibel about, I'm going to guess about 5 to 10 miles off its coast. So by doing that, it's going to give maximum storm surge, they say, which means 8, 10, 12 foot of storm surge on Sanibel. We will see. This is the other side of our condo. This is the Caloosahatchee River. It is 10 o'clock Sunday morning, maybe a little later, 10:30. Charlie's still I'm sorry. Irma is still 7 hours away or so. I'm looking up north toward downtown Fort Myers. The wind is probably around 50 miles an hour. 4:30. About 45 minutes ago, the storm, which was a Category 4 at the time, touched Marco Island. It's currently approaching Naples. What you're looking at right now is 90 to 100 mile an hour gusts. The storm is expected to go and either touch or go by Sanibel in about 3 hours. We're looking at a roof peel off what appears to be a restaurant outside our parking lot. We've got hours to go of this kind of storm, and it's going to get worse yet. It's 8:15, and despite the noise, the storm has essentially passed. It was much worse over the last hour or so. We haven't had power for more than 2 hours. Now, during that time, we have limited information. Nothing that we have works. But we heard that it passed Sanibel on its way north at a Category 2/3, and that was lucky. But that it's up in Port Charlotte now, and it's going to continue north to St. Petersburg. I'm surprised that we have this power that we're looking at right now, because it was completely black for the last 2 hours. The problem we're going to have with going home is we heard that there was a tremendous storm surge at Fort Myers Beach, and that it continues to this point. So we're not out of the woods by any measure. We're going to find out tomorrow just how bad we are, I guess. Monday, September 11th, one of the worst days in American history. But today, in 2017, at least in Lee County, it is a great day of relief. Very little wind. It's 8:30 in the morning. I'm just perusing the area. All of the vehicles in our parking lot were safe, I think. I'm looking around and I see what you might expect, a lot of vegetation on the ground. I see in the pool some solar panels, which would normally heat the pool, or filling the pool. Other than that, I see nothing around. There's some water. I see vehicles driving through some, probably 4 or 5 inches of water. I'm sure there's plenty of problems around Lee County and maybe even on Sanibel, but nothing is really evident here at this moment. Well, we're getting in our truck to get down to City Hall on Route 41, and as we do so, we were lucky. This was close. Another guy lost his back window, so there was damage to some of the vehicles here. We were lucky. As we travel down Route 41 to head to the city's location, there is plenty of damage along the way. Most of it fairly minor. Things like signs, lots of debris, palm fronds obviously, but mostly signs. And the Waffle House isn't open, and that never happens. So you know it's pretty bad. I just realized this is a Wendy's sign. And the closest Wendy's is across the street, about 150 yards away. Plenty of emergency vehicles this morning. You got to feel bad for a lot of people. These are obviously small business owners, came out here this morning to assess the damage, emptying some of the store out and making sure things are dry and clean and all that stuff. It's going to be a while for them. Well, can't go that way. And can't go this way either. And this is where the city set up temporary operations at the bell tower. All right, 2 o'clock, and we're just off McGregor, and every side road here is a disaster. The homes don't look too bad, but the streets are just covered in debris. All the palm trees are down, or many of the palm trees are down, I shouldn't say all. And there's even, look at this over on the right here. What a mess.
This is the side of the Edison house.
Okay, good. And we have found McGregor. And we're headed back to our condo. And the good news is, and what is that, June?
We can get back on Sanibel.
Yep, at 3 o'clock we can get back on, no water, no power.
Not staying there.
And we're not staying, and they encourage you not to stay, but take a look at your home. Now there is devastation.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. I don't know what kind of tree that is, but that just totally went over, and that tree has to be well over 100 years old. Did you see the root system?
Yep. I couldn't
Is
get
this the
video.
Edison estate?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God, look at this. The Edison estate's been pretty badly damaged.
Yep. Yeah. It has.
We've got palm trees all through fences.
Big trees everywhere.
Look at this,
Down.
to the left there.
Yep. I
Holy
did
cow.
come right here.
How did we survive? We're only like 2 blocks away.
Oh, make a left down the street.
You realize how close we were to what we're looking at.
Wow. Oh yeah.
Because we're right ahead.
Yeah. We're in the condo down there.
Yeah, that small one that you see.
The small one.
You're looking into the lawn.
Okay.
All right, the Caloosahatchee, and I guess this is flood stage environment. If I were to guess, it's 3 feet from coming to the top of the walkway here. So if we had any more of a storm surge than exists, downtown Fort Myers would have some serious problems. And this is where we stayed and will stay tonight because it will hopefully have power. I am on McGregor Boulevard at Whiskey Creek, and it is just about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and this is what a storm surge looks like. And we are well beyond the hurricane which occurred last night. So storm surge follows a hurricane. And this is the Caloosahatchee River coming into Whiskey Creek. And it is high. You can see that, well, the water's onto people's properties. And may get worse before it's done. We possibly have 2 more hours of this high tide combination, and then it'll recede and hopefully not come back. This is more at Whiskey Creek on the other side of McGregor, and if I can zoom in, I'm going to show you a massive tree that went down, and this is typical of what we've seen up and down McGregor all afternoon. It's pretty bad. Okay, one casualty. This is on McGregor. And now we're going. Do I what? I'm already through it, so I better go, keep going.
Oh, yeah.
I can't stop now.
Okay.
This is about a foot of water on the right. That's all. And I'm in about 6 inches, so I'm safe. Gotta go slow on McGregor.
All right.
Monday.
We have some poles sideways on the way to Sanibel. It's Monday, September 11th. They're letting us on after 3 o'clock, and seas are pretty high out here.
Very high.
Very high. And there's still hours to go before the surge is done. A lot of water around the trailer park.
Oh, there's damage.
Lots of, yeah.
Yeah, an awful lot of water through this trailer park.
I don't know if it's just on the.
Damage,
a lot of people lost porches. They.
Yeah, it's a mixed.
It's a mixed
type
bag.
thing, yeah.
The streets look dry. The water might just be on this side.
I see some branches right through homes.
Yeah. Yeah. The roofs are
Right.
definitely need this new part here. Yep, it's got. Well, they put.
You know how they made Summerlin real pretty with all those trees? Well, at least half of them are down, and that's what you're looking at right now. They're just ripped out. Wow. One car lost in that parking lot.
Wow.
Let's see. Yep. Came back at Dave and John's house. We caught them playing softball prior to the storm. And you know, I don't know if I have the video including the trees that were in their front of their house. Well, this is what happened to their trees, and this is the cleaned up version. They did an amazing job. They started this morning. I think today is Wednesday, September something. And they even got mail delivered today. Would you believe it? Mailman was willing to do that. So they lost 2 mammoth trees, but they've been doing a great job. I'm going to go check and see if I can get them out of their house. They were one of the lucky ones, got power yesterday on Tuesday, I think. And I think they're in for a break from their work. I see 2 lounge chairs. I see plenty of gasoline for the remainder of the job. Let's see what's going on. Hey guys! Guys! And I think they're in the window. Hey June, time to go! Hey, look at this! They're cold! These guys are actually cold in there. Okay, June, time to go. June? She's not coming. She's staying. We don't have electric. Okay, that might be funny, but it really is time to go. June? Dave? John? Son of a... Open up! Help! It's hot out here! Help! They're not going to open. Son of a gun.
Okay, thanks. I'm good. I'm good. Okay.
You're
See ya.
staying?
I'm staying.
Okay, cooled off enough?
Just about.
Okay.
Finishing my lemonade. Mmm.
That's it. Okay, good.
And our neighbor's chickens stayed through Irma and are doing just fine. Now, Sanibel nightlife following Irma includes charging all of our devices and going out and having a drink. The videos we show you of damage, trees down on a person's property, is representative of what you see on Sanibel, not the exception to the rule. You're not seeing the worst of it, you're seeing the norm. Electric bill came today. I'm expecting that it's going to say no balance due, naught, zero, don't worry about it. Friday, September 15th, still no power. 3rd day of breakfast at Bailey's. This is Kelly, our neighbor, and Kelly, is all this from your yard?
It is. Yes, we're finishing up now back there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
And I heard you went to Chattanooga.
We did. We left. We went to Chattanooga. We just decided to get on out and avoid the storm the best we could.
And yet it followed you.
It did. It followed us and hit my sister-in-law's house. We took out some trees there.
In Tennessee.
In Tennessee.
All right, let me go check on Mark.
All right, go check on him. He's back here. We're finishing up.
Hey, Mark! This is a rare sight, all these windows open. The last time we had this many windows open was Hurricane Charlie. And it'll take another hurricane before we do it again. Howdy, neighbor!
Yes! Got it! Woo! Yes, yes, yes! All right. All right. That wasn't so bad. Thanks, buddy. Hey, cheers. Cheers.
The gasoline panic that we had for the first 4 days is over. Oh, come on, enough with the chainsaws already. I think this guy's job is to push the debris into orderly piles so that people that follow could actually pick it up. Hi, it's me again. It's Friday evening and we got our power back. We're one of the lucky 90% on Sanibel at this point, and life is beginning to return to normal.